people are not affecting climate change. You're going to tell me that back in the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay and how many changes did governments make to melt the ice?
What? Wait, what? Oh, hold on. That was Representative Marjorie Greene doing something. I don't know. Maybe she's attempting to own the libs, but just succeeding in making herself look stupid. I mean, there's a lot there. First of all, obviously, government did not exist during the Ice Age. There wasn't government. There wasn't taxes. I don't know where she's going with this. But Jeff, don't you understand that that makes her point, right? No, it doesn't. No, only if you're deeply ignorant about what you're talking about, which of course explains Marjorie Greene. What she's talking about here is trying to imply that, climate change, obviously it's not driven by human beings. Climate change, totally natural. So why are we worrying about it? Wait, nobody says that climate change is only driven by human activities. Global climate has changed many times before, but it usually generally occurs over long periods of time or as a result of catastrophic change. Like, for example, a meteor impact or a supervolcano eruption, stuff like that. Now, on those, when that happens, say we're talking about a supervolcano, right? Generally, when a supervolcano erupts, it puts a lot of carbon into the atmosphere, a lot of greenhouse gases, and usually end up with a mass extinction. There's been 5 mass extinctions. One of the most, the biggest ones was caused by a super volcano. So now you might be wondering, why am I talking about super volcanoes? On the fact that I guess just like a volcano, Marjorie Greene tends to spew hot gases. No, there's a real point here. Huge volcanic eruptions happen to put a large amounts of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That causes global climate changes. Rapid climate change is believed to have been behind massive extinctions. Last one of this kind believed to have been about 252 million years ago. So here's the scary thing, though, and the overall point. According to Curtin University School of Earth and Planetary Sciences in Western Australia, humanity is emitting carbon 200 times faster than the rate of prehistoric super eruptions that caused mass extinctions. Oh, that's not good. That sounds bad. That sounds very bad indeed. Mass extinctions resulting from supervolcanic activity were found to be due chiefly to enormous, rapid emissions of carbon dioxide, as opposed to gentle, glacially slow natural carbon cycle, and opposed to other phenomena related with super eruptions. Sudden, massive release of CO2 and other greenhouse gases seem to have pushed the global environment beyond a tipping point, acidifying oceans and lifting temperatures to deadly levels, which we're kind of doing that right now, you know? So look, the issue is not the climate changing, because again, we have this natural climate cycle. It's really the rate of change. So we're changing it faster than human beings and animals can adapt, and our climate can adapt. So look, humanity, industry, fossil fuels, they put out more carbon than can be absorbed naturally by plant life, by the ocean. That's the problem. That's why you see the ocean getting more acidic. Since the Industrial Revolution, scientists have measured a 30% increase in ocean acidity. Now, that has huge ramifications on the food chain, as it ends up, of course, softening the shells of mollusks, and also, any creature that grows a shell in the ocean, which there are a lot of them, shellfish. Well, apparently not anymore. I mean, not as long as the ocean keeps acidifying, there ain't going to be no shells left. And it also, of course, has other impacts on fish species. It's just not good. Very bad. Very bad. And so the reality here is that slow climate change is natural, while rapid human driven climate change is not natural and is bad and has negative effects that is threatening our entire way of life. And if we don't do anything to curb it, that could mean the end of human life and animal life altogether, or at least a massive die-off. So, the stakes are pretty dire here, okay? But all Marjorie Greene wants to talk about is, and there's more, in that video that I cut out, but she talks about opening, so this is why we don't need to open the borders and tax people. That's what she cares about. Like, oh, I'm getting taxed. What? That's by the way, that's their right-wing argument is, oh, climate change is a hoax just to tax us more. Tax who? Average people? Average people already pay more taxes than billionaires. Shouldn't these corporations be paying some of these taxes? They do, after all, create 70% of the new emissions. Corporations? Anybody? Look, here's the thing, though. A Green New Deal would actually help the economy, would actually create more jobs in renewable energy, manufacturing, careers in research and development, public transportation, installation and operation of new methods of energy collection and generation. There's all this potential here. And it just doesn't have to be our benefit. It's the world's benefit as well that can benefit from these technologies if we're allowed to use them. Unfortunately, you have right-wingers, you have, big oil, all these giant corporations, fossil fuel companies that want to continue making money, coal, oil, natural gas, and they pay off lobbyists and politicians like Marjorie Taylor Greene so that they can continue to make as much profit as they can, as much profit as possible, because ultimately they don't care about the environment. Their business model is harmed by doing anything to curb carbon emissions at all. So unfortunately, this is an issue of capitalism leading our species to a destruction. And Marjorie Greene, more than happy to help push us all off the cliff.